So what do I think of my Softail Slim 1 year later? Let's talk about it. Roll that intro. So what's up guys? Today we're going to talk about this 2018 Softail Slim of mine. About a year ago I did a video of why I chose this bike. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a card up in one of these corners for you. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to go back and see what I originally thought about this bike when I first bought it still holds true today, 1 year later. Without wasting any time, let's jump right into this because I think I'm probably going to ramble a little bit and this video is going to go on. I'm going to try not to, but we're going to see. One of the things I mentioned was modding this bike to make it comfortable for me. And I thought I was going to have to do some, not extensive modding, but some modding to make it comfortable for me. And does that still hold true today? No, it doesn't. I was dead wrong on that aspect of this bike. So, little story time, back it up a little bit. When I bought my Iron 883 in 2016, and I brought it home, I had to do some pretty extensive modding to make that bike comfortable for me and what type of riding I was doing, which was mostly, you know, long distance riding. Not really long distance, but you know, I'd go out and do 200, 300, 400 miles a day on it. And I had to change it. I went through 4 or 5 handlebars. I went from mid controls to forward controls. I went through a few seats. You guys kind of get the idea. I had to change quite a bit on the bike, trial and error to make it comfortable for me. So I thought I was going to have to change some stuff on this Softail Slim, you know, to make it comfortable for my riding style. And like I said, I was dead wrong. Off the showroom floor, this is probably the most comfortable bike I've ever ridden. The handlebars are perfect. The seating position is perfect. The floorboards are absolutely amazing. I had no idea that it was going to be that big of a difference in comfort level over pegs. I just never dreamed that it would be. Floorboards are amazing. You can move your feet around, forward, back, side, in. You can move them all over the place and they're great. Like I said, the floorboards are absolutely amazing. Harley did a fantastic job of setting this bike up, at least for my size. You know, I'm about 5'7", I'm not that tall of a guy. The standover height is perfect for me. You know, the bike is a little bit wider than an Iron, so at stoplights and things, you are, you know, a little bit wider stance, but I have zero trouble with standover height on this bike, and it is just extremely comfortable. The one thing I am still going to change, and you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about it, is the seat. I just can't make up my mind if I want to go with a dedicated 2-up seat or a solo seat and add a pillion later down the road. I'm still on the fence. So as far as modding it to make it comfortable, I did not have to do that. It just, right off the showroom floor, most comfortable bike I've ever ridden. I talked about the Milwaukee 8. The Milwaukee 8 has been a very solid engine for me. It is a very smooth running and very predictable running motor as far as torque and power goes. I have had zero problems with it so far. I did have a little bit of a fuel leak, but that wasn't the motor. It was a fuel regulator in the gas tank. It is a warranty. If you guys haven't seen my video, I'll throw it up in one of these corners. Like I said, I didn't have the best of luck with the warranty issue. I ended up fixing it myself, but it doesn't affect all of them. It's just a handful of the bikes that it affected. So other than that, this motor has been fantastic. It does have a little bit of a sewing machine sound to it. Add some pipes, some slip-ons, drown that out. Don't sweat it. It has the DNA of the old knucklehead in it. I can see a resemblance. And as far as aesthetic goes, it's just, I think it's one of the best looking motors Harley has built in a long, long time. And for you guys that watch my videos, you know that I did the Stage 1 upgrade, S&S teardrop, Vance & Hines Big Shots with the FP3 tune, and the motor responded very well to that Stage 1. I don't have any hard data because I didn't do a dyno, but just from the feeling in the seat, peppier, throttle response is better, and the torque just pulls that much harder. I really liked the feeling that the Stage 1 gave me, the way the engine reacted to the Stage 1. Couldn't be happier with the Milwaukee 8. And overall, the aesthetics, you know, I talked about a lot of things in that, why I chose it. A lot was the aesthetics. The aesthetics still hold true today. I love that World War II bobber style aesthetic they were going for on this bike. I think it's just a beautiful motorcycle, especially with that teardrop S&S I added and those Vance & Hines big shots. I think it just really solidified the look, at least for me. I just love the way it looks with that big 7-inch Daymaker headlight hanging off the front and the chop fenders. I did add a sissy bar on it. I just love the way the bike looks, and that's probably one of the reasons I haven't done a lot of modding to it, because I just love the stance and the aesthetic appeal of the bike. I could sit out here in the garage and just look at it for hours. I just love it. Another thing I talked about was handling. Does the bike handle as well as I thought when I originally bought it? It handles better than I thought. They have done a great job with these Softail frames, losing a little weight, less moving parts. Redesigned the Softail frame. The suspension is fantastic on this bike. It handles very well. It goes into corners very easy. It stays into corners very easy. I don't care if you're doing 80 miles an hour on the expressway with big sweepers, or you're doing 30 miles an hour on back roads in the twisties. The bike is very easy to ride. It's very predictable in the corners, and the suspension soaks up the big bumps so well. It's just a smooth, fantastic ride. A great job by Harley on redesigning these bikes. And for you guys know, I kind of bashed them when they first came out. I was a Dynaman and I talked some trash about these things, but they have done a fantastic job on these things. The power, the handling, just everything about these bikes are better. And there's no doubt in my mind about that. Really about it. I don't want to ramble on too much. If you guys can tell, I'm a big fan of this motorcycle. It's probably the best motorcycle I have ever owned. And I just, every time I go out on it, I have the best time, and I have a hard time coming home without a smile on my face after being out on it. I just love every aspect of the bike. It's been a great bike for me. I couldn't be happier with my choice of this particular Softail. And you know, you guys know I was kind of on the fence about trading in my iron on it, and I was, I had, a little buyer's remorse, not a lot, but there was a little there. And while I do miss my iron 883, and hopefully one day I will have another one in the garage, I couldn't be happier with the choice that I made with this Softail Slim. It's been a fantastic motorcycle. For you guys that haven't ridden one, go to your local dealer, take a test ride, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I think Great Egret went out, he did a video, test drove it. We had some texts back and forth about how much fun he had on this motorcycle. So anyway, guys, that's about all I got. I appreciate you guys tuning in and letting me waste your time as always. If you liked the video, please give me that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna be on one of these sides. I don't know which one, I always get it confused. But it will be there if you want to subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Like always, guys, ride safe and be careful out there. And until next time, later.